Can you seriously just leave these people alone? Whether it was a lie, fake, and just for views, they did nothing to hurt you or anyone. Let them have this moment and stop spreading hate. You can always just block them or not watch their videos. This is what's wrong with the world. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Yeah, I'm what's wrong with the world. What's going on, everyone? It's your favorite jealous hater Apoc, and welcome back to the channel where I analyze things that sometimes don't really matter. So as promised, we're diving right back into part 2 of KKandbabyJ's Karen and Kwa's Why We Love video, which apparently now has completely changed. And all this was due to their little announcement, which I do have a stream on, and I'll leave a link below if you're interested. But to quickly sum up the situation for those who don't know what we discussed last time, was that Karen and Kwa posted up for the first time in 4 weeks. And to be honest, a lot of what they said didn't really make any sense. Even with their new announcement, it still doesn't. They go on and on about privacy and how others have no boundaries or limits, yet have vlogged every little fart for the past 6 years or so. And it is quite comical that Karen is talking about privacy issues and privacy violations, yet she literally went on her Instagram and promoted cyberbullying and harassment, and even went as so far to stalk someone online from platform to platform, find out their friends, family, and where they work, and tried to get them fired. But you know, nothing says setting boundaries quite like posting the most intimate and personal details imaginable online in vlog form for the world to see, even down to informing your very young fans, and I mean young by the way, we're talking fetus and crony level here, but telling them to when you're sticking it to your wife.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
And yeah, it's no surprise that they're still going on with this whole safety thing, claiming that they were forced to move, you know, into the dream home because that's just so terrible, because of CPS being called on them. And apparently that terrified Karen, so much so that she went on another platform, her podcast, created a whole ass episode based around CPS and stated the opposite to what they're saying here.
Being a YouTuber parent on the internet, I had no idea that this was a thing, like this thing that happened to us. It's a thing. Like, it happens to almost every single parent on YouTube, every person that I've talked to at least.
Every family YouTuber?
And if it hasn't happened to them, they're like, oh, I'm so scared for that. I'm like, why are you scared? Don't be scared. Like, it's not a scary thing. Like, the first time it happened to me, I was kind of like, what the hell? But I wasn't scared. I was like, there's no way in hell my kids are getting taken from me or anything.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like fear, I guess it is a kind of a scary thing if you've gone through it as a child and everything. But to me, it's like, it's just like more of a waste of time, you know?
I don't know, why would she say that? I mean, there has to be an excuse or a reason. It's not like she's lying or anything. Maybe this is just some sort of form of reverse psychology. You know, when she states not to be scared, she actually means you should be petrified. And then when she states no one's gonna take her kids from her, she actually means all her children are now gonna be looking for a new mommy and daddy. I mean, that is unless she's not being honest with you and she's just stating how she truly feels about the situation. I mean, what else would it be? The podcast is supposed to be real, raw, and behind the scenes. So why else would she say that? But you know how it goes. The little cronies will make some sort of an excuse for them, claim that I'm twisting their words, or just not deny the deception anymore. They seem to be doing that now in droves. I mean, come on, this is the same community that will go along with this safety garbage, but will completely disregard the fact that Karen, once she moved out, she gave that unsafe home to her mother and left her mother to live there alone. Mind you, they talk about how CPS and the little girl and her mom are the reason for the forced move, but there seems to be no mention of the person that apparently stole $4,000+ from them, robbed their cars at their home, took $4,000 worth of Gucci or whatever it was. But I guess that's not considered an invasion of privacy because they didn't mention it. Plus, you know, they were laughing and giggling throughout the entire vlog. Kwa even wanted to pay the people who robbed him and take them under his wing.
I wish I could just sit these kids down and just tell them what they're gonna go through when they get caught. And that's it. I would probably hand them $100 and be like, listen.
Let's also note that this robbery, and by the way, these air quotes are here, because it was fake. I proved that. I'll leave that link down below too. But it happened 4 months after the whole invasion of privacy thing. 4 months after. You know, the time where KKandbabyJ wanted to pull back from the vlogs and put up a wall? Karen also stated in that robbery vlog that she turned off the security notifications because they were annoying.
I can't believe that, like, our security system, I'm so dumb.
What?
I turned the notifications off because it was annoying.
Oh my god.
So I turned them back on and on loud now, and I'm like, oh, can't do this notification. Because every time a car drives by, it beeps now, but it's worth it to have it on. Yeah. So I have it on now.
So your privacy was so invaded and violated to the point to where you were forced to move so that you can feel safe again. You know, even though you left your mom there. But you turned off your security notifications because they annoyed you. Okay. Karen and Kwa were never unsafe. And there's plenty of proof in that, especially in the first part of my video. But just imagine being the people who have to try and hide their materialism and greed, so much so that they blame others and project so that 12-year-old girls don't see the mask slip. But before we dive any deeper, if you're enjoying the content, enjoying the tea, then consider subscribing to the Jealous Hater Squad, and if you don't, well, I guess you can stay in your safe bubble then. Okay, really don't have anything else to say. Let's just get it.
So whenever I read some comments like, hey, you've changed, you're not the same as you were before, even though we were in our dream house and stuff like that, it's true.
Then why did you deny the change for so long? Or when you finally like addressed it, when you've mentioned it before, you try to blame the music or something else. But if you actually knew the truth, why you ducking and dodging, bro?
Usually, like, creators, when they see that, they're like, I don't care, like, I haven't changed, I know who I am, that's all that matters. But like,
that's literally all they've done. Isn't Karen's little motto stay in your light? Doesn't that scream I know who I am and to hell with the haters? What is she talking about? They've done this whole thing about being numb to the hate when people have said this to them that they've changed, and they either ignore it, or when they acknowledge it, they try to point the finger at something else and nothing that reflects them. Plus, you know, Karen be that type.
I think it was called like our privacy, is something about our privacy, I don't even know. And from that day on, I felt like everything had changed. So when people are saying that we've changed as people and we're terrible human beings, that is not true at all.
Yeah, we're real accountable, huh? And there they go again, talking about other creators saying that they do this, they do that, but not KKandbabyJ. No, not ever. You know why?
Because they're not like other girls.
They did the same thing on LML's podcast, talking about other family channels, how other family channels should pay their children, how other family channels tell their children what to do. But they literally do this. All you gotta do is look at their ads. You think their kids are just doing this shit candidly? No. This also applies to the vlogs. Oh, but Karen and Kwa can talk about other family channels. They can say whatever they want. They can talk about drama or tea or whatever the hell they want, and it's known as fact. But when I show something, I'm twisting words, even though I prove my claims. But you know, Karen and Kwa can gossip all they want, even though they say they're against gossip.
when we were seeing that and we knew that we'd actually changed.
Again, you guys are not saying anything until now, but when people were calling you out, you were denying the change. You called those people haters. You called me and others haters for saying what you're saying right now. All they're doing is proving that we've been right about them this entire time. They're literally admitting to lying for a year and a half, pretending to be something that they aren't for a year and a half. So that means within that timeline, it's all bullshit. And to be frank, that should make you question things even further. How long have they been faking it? Has it been longer than a year and a half? Has it been this entire time? And are they lying right now?
Well, you were happy when we first moved in.
No, I was so happy. Yeah.
Do you think we wanted to move into this house right now?
But were you really happy though? Or were you unhappy? Apparently all the smiles were fake.
But I think in the back of my mind too, I guess, you know.
I was unhappy.
And I didn't expect what to come, and paying off my house and paying off everything, just having no debt and financial freedom. Like, we own a GTR, an R8, and a Tahoe, and we don't owe anything on it. We don't owe anything on those. We paid those cash. But now that we bought a house, and now we have some overhead and a mortgage, I know it's normal for people to want to pay it off in 30 years. If I can pay this house off by the time I'm 29 years old or even 30 years old, I don't know. I'm thinking 29, but that sounds very unrealistic, but you know, dream big or don't dream at all, you know?
I feel like for like a week you were, and then it settled in, you know?
Oh boy, this is just too damn easy.
And so it took a long time, but we made it work.
and we could not be happier.
So here's an example of maybe not day 1, but day 2 of living within their house, right? Kwa says he couldn't be happier, couldn't be more grateful for what they have, with no mention of stress or anything about privacy or safety, nothing, just genuinely happy. Yeah, it really seems like he hates his life.
It's good to change and it's good to grow, but like the way that we changed was we kind of shut off a part that we used to share a lot.
Didn't you call your audience family members after your privacy violation? But even if you did set some boundaries, which they didn't, but even if you did, that's not change or growth at all. That would literally just be setting boundaries, which again, they did not do. Their content has never changed. It's always been the same. Just go back. It's there for everyone to see. They left no moments uncharted. What do people not understand? They have a wedding trailer. That's after the fact of the safety situation. They have morning routines, letting you know what they do every single morning. That's not personal. Bullshit.
You know?
I was worried. I was worried the entire time.
We were worried about what we were saying and certain people that were listening, so.
Yeah, they're probably talking about me. But the things that they're apparently worried about are things that shouldn't be posted online anyways. These people put their lives out there and their children's lives out there with no regard towards them or their own safety. All this privacy issue, even if it was real, it would be because of them. This would have never happened and their kids would have never been at risk or in danger if it wasn't for the vlogs. That is the main reason why. Otherwise, this never would have happened. But them taking zero precautions doesn't really help. They literally do nothing to prevent these things from happening. Not that I condone doxing or pushing out any personal information, because I am highly against that here, and all of my subs are too. We do not condone that ever. But Karen and Kwa are 100% at fault here. We all know that there are crazy people out there. We're not ignorant to that. No one is. It is a big thing right now in the world, actually. Karen and Kwa have given them and the world a blueprint to their life. They are the reason randoms have shown up to their door. Not to mention manipulating their audience into thinking they're like family, that they're family members and friends. So they can go on and on all they want about privacy and boundaries, but they're the ones that don't set any themselves. In fact, they're about to go full throttle into exploiting the new pregnancy. If they were truly worried about safety and privacy, they would have took their kids off long ago. But hey, without them, couldn't get any sponsorships, huh?
We just kind of we put up a wall.
Was that before or after you posted a day in the life of all your children? Oh wait, it was after.
There's a lot of behind the scene things that
we
you guys
had
didn't know
nothing
about.
to lose before, and then all of a sudden we had everything to lose.
Right.
So it just changed our mental state.
Okay, so they're literally parents. When you're a parent, you have everything to lose. Those are your children. They are everything. So everything is a risk and a gamble. But I also find that hilarious for people who post their children online for the world to see. They complain about privacy, yet they post their kids' private matters online. Makes sense. And like I said, they're gonna be posting that pregnancy clickbait for that new baby. You're gonna see all sorts of videos.
Because our assets were not controlled by us.
Yeah.
So they're doing this thing where they're making it seem like they had no choice here, but no one forced them to buy that home. They didn't actually have to buy their dream home, which it's funny Karen even questions that still, but I already showed the clip in the last video. But this was all by choice. They chose to do this. They could have went and looked somewhere else. They did not have to get this home. They put themselves in this situation. But again, they want to hide the materialism.
I was not as happy as I was before because I don't know. It was just I just knew that something was wrong. But over time, I was like, all right, whatever. Let's just roll with it. Like, we're already here. Let's just go with it.
Life goes on.
Yeah, life goes on.
Full send it, bro.
And then, yeah. So the entire like year and a half that we've been vlogging, I have been happy. Like, there's times where I'm genuinely happy and doing things with the kids and vlogging and editing and but it wasn't like how it was before.
One thing that was really noticeable about this video was that miscarriages and financial debts were never mentioned, which is odd for people who literally just talked about it and it's within the timeline. So why isn't that trauma and that stress being mentioned? But no, apparently only their stress came from their house not being in their name. One would think miscarriages and financial debts would add to that stress. Guess not.
Where every single day was a new day, like going on an adventure with the kids or doing something. just something exciting and just like something that I want to do every single day.
Literally did it. But this is the same dude who literally did what they want. How many places did they go? Just on a dime out of nowhere. Qual took a trip to Utah to visit OKBaby, and Oscar from OKBaby came to visit him. Not to mention all their house parties and all the YouTubers and friends that came over, like Gail Mills and Corinna. Karen went to meet up with that babyface TikToker on her own. Flew to Texas to get a cat. They both flew off to Texas a handful of times. Took a 2-week break last year, where Qual states they literally did nothing with their children. Where he went off to Porsche meets and took his Porsche that he's hiding off camera, well, I guess not anymore, but took his Porsche that he's been hiding off camera to race around on the track. Who also went on his own little van trip. All this all on his own without his children or even his wife. They have never really done much with their children unless there's a sponsorship behind it. Guessing quality time has to have a $sign over it. Shit, they stated that the North Carolina trip was their first full trip as a family. Like, how the hell does that happen? Oh yeah, because at least one time or another, one of them gets left behind. Just go digging into Sutton's earlier days and go find out how many times Karen left Sutton to go off to another country to live her best life or somewhere else before he even turned 1.
Instead, I woke up every morning and I was like, there's something wrong, or there's like, I don't know. It was just like, it was fucked up. I couldn't be more grateful, guys. I couldn't be more excited for the future. Life is so good, guys. Life is so good. I can't get this smile off my face.
Since the moment we made that mistake, we were working towards fixing it in the back of our mind every day.
Yeah.
And it just took a toll, basically. Yeah. The moment we made that mistake, we were working towards fixing it in the back of our mind every day.
Yeah.
And it just took a toll, basically.
So a lot of you young people right now wondering like what assets are. So an asset is something that's important to you. Like it could be your house or your car or something like that, and it's something that you want to protect, something that you would like to keep forever.
If his audience doesn't know what an asset is, that's how you know they're children. But he doesn't protect his assets. Instead, he rolls the dice and takes a gamble, risking everything. An asset is a resource with economic value that an individual, corporation, or country owns or controls, with the expectation that it will profit a future benefit. So the person that was on their lease was an investor. He did what investors do. He invested. That asset was their home. Yes, he controlled it, but that's what they signed up for. All those are done by contract. For some reason, these people love playing the victim, but all the guy was doing was his literal job. They knew what they were getting into. All this was by choice.
And for us, because of the privacy reasons, it was just like we did it the wrong way.
What do you say about his gut feelings again? So there's no one else they could have used. They had to use the investor. They were in trouble, right? So no friends or family members would have done this for them. No, they got the investor to come in because he fronted money for them to get into that house faster, which they had to pay back, and I guarantee you there was a lot of interest involved. So yeah, they may not have controlled it, but not all their assets were put in his name. But you're telling me no one outside that investor would have done this for them. Don't fall for this victim card bullshit that they always love to do. They're trying to make it seem like they had no choice, or that they were forced, or that they're naive or ignorant. You know, the tactic that they always use when they address things, so that they never have to look bad. It's always everyone else's fault, not theirs, because they have no accountability whatsoever. Always with the deflections and projections. Always with the excuses and finger pointing. Never can just say, hey guys, you know what, we fucked up and we're dumb. Paul is literally a real estate agent. He sells homes. You don't think someone like that knew what they were getting themselves into? Yeah, you're out of your damn minds if you think that. It's all about money and greed. That's it. Or as Qual would say, accelerated success.
But so that was in my mind. That was why I wasn't happy, because I think I've been traumatized from a young age, just like knowing where I'm gonna live and sleep. It was just like such a big deal to me.
Yo, what on earth is this kid talking about? He never had to worry about where to put his head at night or what he was going to eat. He lived in a fat home and his family owned a restaurant. His biggest worry in life was that he had too much freedom as a kid. This is the same guy who went and stole based from jealousy. Remember when these two wanted to return the guns they stole from a cop? Aqua, the genuine thief. Yeah, and in that report, those guns that he stole were found under his bed. You know, the one where he lays his head at night, where he doesn't have to worry about in his fat home. provided by mommy and daddy, but those were found by the police.
Yeah, so knowing that that was at risk, I couldn't smile like I used to and all this stuff.
I couldn't smile like I used to and all that stuff.
Yeah, because when you say shit like this,
Life is so good, guys. Life is so good.
it's really hard for me to believe that you were truly unhappy, stating that you can't wait for what the future holds, basing those words from the happiness that you're now denying. Like I said in my last video, it's one thing to fake a smile, and it's a whole other thing to go on your other platform, your personal channel outside the vlogs, and claim how happy you are and how you've paid off everything aside from the house. These are his words, even thanking his community for helping achieve all these feats.
Now that we have things in control, guys, oh my gosh, you have no idea. The weight that has been lifted off my shoulders and the happiness that I got back, it was literally like rainbows were shooting into my face.
Notice how Kwa keeps saying I, me, as in he's really the only one that felt the stress, while Karen really didn't seem to have any. Kwa was confused when Karen said that she was unhappy. What does that tell you?
It's like I turned black and white in the past year and a half, and then all of a sudden, whenever we fixed the problem and everything was good again, it was like whoosh, I was color.
No, Kwa, you went black and white before, remember? You went blackface.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm back. Yeah. I'm back, yeah. Yeah, and we've gone on vacation and stuff in the past year and a half, right? Like we've done things, have we?
We went to North Carolina with the kids.
Yeah, like that was fun. That was really fun. That was actually super fun.
Yeah.
But there was something not right with my head for the past year and a half.
Okay, so what he's doing here is trying to imply that the reason they didn't go anywhere for the last year and a half, mainly 2020, he's basing that from his unhappiness and that something's wrong in his head from the situation that he's having with the investor and his assets, right? Yet he completely disregards the global pandemic that's still going on that literally shut down the world and our country. And this happened for months on end. Things are just reopening now. They're probably going to close up again, who knows? But no one could go anywhere or do anything or see any friends and family. Oh, but you know, except for Karen and Kwa, who claimed another female's pregnancy as their own after a miscarriage, mind you, for money, clout, and views. But he couldn't go anywhere even if he wanted to. It is pretty cute though, how the pandemic has never been mentioned in this little video, because obviously that messed up a lot of people's mental states, but I guess only the assets matter. Not to mention their timeline doesn't even match up with their story. A year and a half ago, it's February 2020. You know, the same time Kwa was getting his $120,000 party boat, but they moved in October of 2019. That's 4 to 5 months of extra time added. The invasion of privacy thing was April 2019. So all this unhappiness would be based over 2 years ago and not in a year and a half like they claim. And to solidify this even further with even more facts, in April last year, 2020, when Karen decided to finally open up, you know, the first time, she pinpointed the exact change to the invasion of privacy video, which again was April 2019. So why are we getting this specific pinpointed time of change? Based around when they moved into the lake house? When Karen said the actual change happened back in April 2019, 5 to 6 months prior before the move, when their privacy was being actually violated.
It's crazy that you guys could pick up on that, because I read a lot of comments, messages like, hey Quab, like you're not the same, because it was true. But yeah.
Because it was true, but yeah.
Literally said he was worried free after moving into the lake house.
Everything, just having no debt and financial freedom. Like we own a GTR, an R8, and a Tahoe, and we don't owe anything on it.
I went on a trip with the boys to Austin, Texas, like after everything was fixed, and I had never felt as relaxed as then, and like I was just embracing the happiness, embracing the victory, and I was just like, just having fun with my friends, and just like nothing worried in my head. Like I was worry free, and I hadn't felt like that in so long, and it felt so good.
He seemed to not have any issue partying with Corinne and Elle Mills.
That's why I'm so excited to vlog and hang out with you guys again. And
yeah, they apparently want to hang out with the people who backstab them. I mean, at least that's according to Karen. This is why stans show up to their doorstep.
I didn't even go back. like new.
Yeah.
It's gonna be new.
Yeah.
New vlogs. I feel like they're gonna be more fun and exciting vlogs because I feel like today is the first day of our lives in the new house.
I know, too.
Right? Like, I feel like we're just like, it's a fresh start, even though like it's just another day, you know? But to us, mentally, it's like a fresh start.
Yep, and with that fresh start and basically promising daily vlogs again, they've already missed 2 days since this video. Anyways, all you jealous haters, that's about it. Just seems like typical Karen and Kwa doing the same thing, playing victim, pointing the finger at others. Go figure, no surprise there. Even though they act as if they have any sort of accountability, which is just a bunch of horse doo-doo, you know, putting the house in someone else's name again was all by choice. And yeah, maybe it bit them in the ass, but that's what they signed up for. They knew the game. Kwa knows the game. He's a hustler. His friend Lauren even stated to me that they hustled the pandemic. I'm not gonna feel bad for greedy people that are just so willing to roll the dice and gamble everything away. And again, nothing to do with privacy. They can't even get their damn story straight. And I think we have all seen enough proof, but if not, in conclusion.
And it's so weird to be like in the position we're in. I know we've talked about it, but I've never like, I don't think I've given my personal opinion about what's going on. It's like before all this happened, I was so happy to be where I am. Like, and I am still so happy, but I'll get there. But I'm so happy to be where I am in this house and just like have everything that we have, state that the whole world is in right now. It feels almost uncomfortable to be where we are. Like, it feels like it's not right to live in this house and be able to come down to the beach and go on the jet skis and play with our kids in our backyard. I feel like we should be not having fun. Like, I don't know, it feels selfish to have fun.